we need to open ourselves to the record of nature, the silent witness of nature, the stratigraphy and the levels of radiation in the earth. And we also need to think in global and planetary terms. I mean, let's be frank about what this is about. We are a species. We are knitted to other species. We want to live. The previous style of social dynamics has been no organizational plan at all, no global sense of anything. The social program of the last 500 years has been plunder. Let's plunder. And then that's what we've been doing. But now, we've plundered enough, and you raise yourself out of the gutter of plunder and say, we've got to pull back. The problem is we've gotten so into the plunder style that we've lost the fine touch. Unconsciousness is what is destroying us as a species. It's a luxury of hunter-gatherers. It's absolutely fatal to thermonuclear high-techies like ourselves. I mean, we can't have enrageable apes locked up inside our brains, not when we have our fingers on thermonuclear arsenals and that sort of thing. We have to chill out, get serious about the human enterprise. We have come this far through unimaginable hell. I mean, the people, the nobility of our ancestors, what they went through without antibiotics, without penicillin, without wall-to-wall beige carpeting. I mean, it has been a long pull over the last 150,000 million years. 5 times the ice has ground south from the poles, a mile deep or more, splitting and islanding human populations and bringing, tremendous hardship. Our people have had it very, very tough. I mean, we are not strong in tooth and claw. All of our adaptations were to preserve tiny populations. I mean, the estimation is that at the height of the Neanderthal period, there were less than 40,000 individuals in Europe. I mean, tiny, tiny human populations. And against all odds and being smart, these people brought us to this point. And now, it's our turn. And we have it within our power to do something. They had it within their power only to hand on the flame of hope, of aspiration, of shamanic imaginings. But it's given to us, if we play it right, to actually take those hopes and turn it into a conflagration of transformation that will burn away the dross of history and recover and reunite the various parts of the human legacy in a way that will give permission for a sane and caring world. The prodigal journey into history was for a purpose. The purpose was technological prowess, the perfection of the tool-creating impulse. And at the end of history comes the ultimate tool, the flying saucer, the omniprogrammable Macintosh, the machine which does anything. And that perfected tool is lethal then in the theater of its creation. It has to be carried back into archaic nature, and we have to begin to deconstruct, dematerialize, retreat, begin a feminizing of our attitude toward ourselves and nature. Care, encouragement, reflection, rather than dominance, utilization, destruction. You've heard this speech before. This is what all good guys say, but there's no hope for it without psychedelics, because they impel you to change behavior, to think new thoughts, to see deeper into reality, to aspire higher, and to feel more. And if we can't awaken ourselves to those things, then it's simply not going to happen. And all the means, the tools, the gnosis, the shamans, they still exist at the periphery of this doomed civilization. They still exist to help us toward a new understanding. So I don't think there's any reason to hang our heads. This is religion as it was practiced the first million years. This is social responsibility as it was practiced the first million years. And for us to take it up is nothing more than for us to return to the last moment in our own story when everything made sense. And I maintain that last moment was in that partnership paradise in Saharan Africa. Now we have to go forward into the past. This is the way to create a unified meaning to what has happened to us. Because if this just ends in a toxified and ruined planet, then, what a comment on the values that we hold most dear, our belief that life is for something, our belief that integrity matters, our belief that our transmission from generation to generation was something that was important. The meaning of it all is in the hands of the living. Those people 100,000 years in the grave, their meaning is in our hands, because the question is, what shall we do with what they have given us?